Oh, this episode can fuck off, man. The weather's clear. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Afan, and today we're going to watch some more House of the Dragon. We're in Season 1. This is Episode 10, the finale, or so I've been told, of this season. The Black Queen is the title of this episode. Now then, before I jump into watching this episode, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode and pretty much all the other episodes to this show and other shows and movies and so on and so forth, you can. They're all available on my Patreon. Link to my Patreon in the description down below, and also these videos go up earlier on Patreon as well. Now then, a little bit about the last episode before I jump into it. I was just thinking about it and I'm like, you know what? This is great. Otto Hightower is the hand of the king, and now Alicent Hightower, in true Hightower fashion, has become the foot of the king. Ha 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 ha. Anyways, Larry, my guy, what are you doing, man? I mean, I guess he's doing what he's doing. That scene was a weird one, obviously, because there's this whole situation going on. Not because he's into feet. I mean, if you're into feet or whatever, fine. I mean, I'm not, but if you are, cool. Good for you, you know? Whatever makes you happy, cool. It was just a bit uncomfortable because of Alicent. Allie, our girl Allie, clearly was not comfortable and clearly was not really for this. It looked like she was just doing it because it was like a means to an end. Do you know what I mean? She wanted information. She wanted Larry's help. Our guy Larry, Laris, and so she just went with it. And it seems like it has been going on for quite a while as well, because Otto says you have been seen spending a lot of time with the Queen. And then he replies with that, you know, this might be beneficial to you as well. And I'm like, what? You want to see his feet too now? No. Our guy Viserys, that is, dies, and I mean, you can really tell that he was the one who was really holding the piece together, and the moment he's dead, the piece is gone and the war has really begun, and they're all at each other's throats. They've been planning for quite some time. Alicent was not aware of them planning all this time. The Green Council, rather, planning. They had made plans not only to make Aegon the king, but also to kill Rhaenyra's children and Rhaenyra herself. And Allie is definitely not for that. That does not want that. And she tried in that episode to gain some sort of control back, trying to make moves that would go against Otto. And also just straight up telling Otto, like, bro, or daddy, rather. Daddy. Anyways, you can't just go around doing things behind my back. I'm the queen. Aegon's my son. We're gonna do this my way, not your way. And that's good to see, because Alicent, her whole life has really been pushed around by others. She's been made to do things that she didn't really want to do. Kind of like that feet scene with Larry, you know? She didn't really want to do it, but she did it because it was for the greater good. Okay then. Especially Otto, her father in particular, has been the one pulling the strings and sort of pushing her onto Viserys, and then putting the idea of killing Rhaenyra's children, because if she don't, Rhaenyra will kill her children. So it's a matter of who does it first, even though that's not the case at all. At least that's not what we get from Rhaenyra. She has no plans of not only harming anyone on Alicent, let alone killing her children. Do you know what I mean? And so then by extension, Alicent does the same to her kids. She puts that idea in her kids' minds, and her children are not getting along. It is quite clear, and it's becoming a problem. At one point, it seemed like Ellie and Ray were gonna get along, Rhaenyra and Alicent, but then Viserys dies, and while, you know, just before he dies, he presumes that the woman sitting right next to him is his daughter rather than his wife. And honestly, them being Targaryen, I'm not surprised that he confused one with the other, you know. But he reveals Aegon's prophecy, and our girl Ellie thinks he's talking about Aegon, their son, rather than Aegon, the Conqueror. But and so then after that, yeah, all that build up, all that progress that they had made towards being one family before that, it was just gone. And then Aegon the whole time not wanting to be the king, and then finally gets the throne and he becomes the king. He gets the crown, and the crown is pretty cool, by the way. He has the sword and he's in front of the crowd and they're cheering his name and he's fist bumping the air with the sword in the hand. He's raising his sword and everybody else bows to him. Except Rhaenys, by the way. So yeah, a lot is happening, and then the ending was a bit weird with Rhaenys crashing in like a badass, and it was really badass, her crashing in. But it was a bit weird as well. One, because, well, why? And second, okay, if you did it, then why are you not blasting these fools? End it all. Turn into the Mad Queen. But it was cool. But that's all that it was. You know what I mean? Like, if you're Rhaenys and you're practically imprisoned and you see all these people getting slaughtered for not bending the knee, the moment you get your hands on dragon, you should fly away. I was gonna say run, but you know, if you have a dragon, then you should probably fly. That'd be better. You know what I mean? I don't know. But it was definitely a cool moment, a badass moment. She looked so badass in that moment. And Alicent is just ready, puts herself between the dragon. Maelys, I think her name is, Rhaenys' dragon. And Aegon, putting herself basically in front of Aegon, ready to take the fire and basically giving her life up for Aegon. Now, this is the same Aegon that she said, "You are no son of mine." Like I said, that is a parent being angry. Parents do be dramatic, you know, when they get angry. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much that. Let's jump into the episode without any further ado. So I presume Ellie is the green queen, and then the black queen would be Rhaenyra, which is kind of funny because I'm like, is she the black queen or the black queen? Because, anyways.
Because it was my sworn duty, Eric, something must be done.
All right, the two twins.
Men of the realm will expect him to be heir, not you, because that is the order of things.
Yeah. When she didn't become the queen, Rhaenys at that moment realized how it be, you know? And she just accepted her position.
Rhaenyra's heirs are none of yours. Your husband, even he has abandoned you. Gone these 6 long years to fight a desperate battle, returning grievously.
And now I believe she's going to be on Rhaenyra's side because of that. She's like, you know, same thing that happened to me is not going to happen to Rhaenyra. You know what? If I can change that, why not? Yeah, that right there. Ali stepping in front of our Mad King Aegon. Ego! 11 from Stranger Things would love this dude. His name's Ego. Ooh. Was that blue thing there before as well? Like a stone, you know? Like a precious stone. It's like a precious blue stone. Opal? No. Opal's green, isn't it? Sapphire, that's blue, right? Yeah, probably. I don't know. All I know is ruby. That's red or maroon. I don't know, you know, reddish. Winterfell, you bastard! Vale of Arryn. Jace. Driftmark. That's yours. Go on. Pet it. Caress it. I love this dress, man.
The sea snake is going to die, isn't he?
Like, this dress is so good that she has used it now in, what, 3 episodes?
It should have passed on to Sir Vaymond.
We don't choose our destiny, Luke. It chooses us.
Grandsire, that you choose whether you be his heir.
That is true. Somewhat, actually. I don't know.
I was frightened. I was 4 and 10. Same as you are now.
He's 14.
Wasn't ready to be Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
It's funny, that's how we say numbers as well in our language.
And in time, I came to understand I had to earn my inheritance.
It's like a whole mathematical equation you gotta solve in order to get one number.
Not so perfect.
Neither is she, my guy Jace.
I am anything but.
And that's okay.
After me and help to prepare me for my duties. Your mother will do the same for you.
Good morrow, Princess.
He's like, oh, you mean you?
Princess
Okay.
arrived on Dragonback. She urgently requests an audience with you and Prince Daemon.
Wow. It's really afraid, eh?
Princess Rhaenys, might we hope for news of Lord Corlys's recovery?
Viserys is dead.
Oh, our guy Vizzy.
My cousin, your father, possessed a kind heart.
That he did. To an extent, because he did, remember, at the start, choose to kill his wife. But that was to save his child, though, so. Ooh.
A day passed, perhaps two. I was made a prisoner in my quarters while the Queen made her preparations.
Viserys has been slain.
Alicent demanded.
He was.
Witnessed it myself just before I fled on Meleys.
They crowned him before the masses.
So that the masses would see him as their rightful king.
Yeah. Okay, then.
It's like to be fought over this treachery, to be sure. But that war is not mine to begin.
Good point.
And for your children.
An honorable one.
Once.
Ooh, the music. Rhaenys, she made a mistake. This is Westeros. Ooh, it has begun.
Baby's coming.
The babe is out. They're going to let the babe out. Do you know what I mean? Like Rhaenys, I get it. That's a very honorable thing, you know? Yay, honor, but due to this war, your children, grandchildren are going to die.
Patrols along the island's perimeter looking for any small ships that might set ashore. If the
Whether you began it or not, it will.
and they are. Conscript the Dragon Keepers, they're capable fighters.
Wow, not phased. Oh! That's how this happened.
Whatever claim remains to me, you are now its heir. Naught is to be done but by my command.
Our boy Jace. I always confuse which one's the older one. Luce or Jace?
And Baremon.
Do you want to speak to the Maester, my prince?
I'm with him, but knowing Damon,
No such thing. My mother has decreed no action be taken while she's in bed.
uh-oh.
The Ravens, Lord Artemis.
I'm grateful for your long service to the crown. So I'm presenting you with a choice.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think that's much of a choice. It's reminded me of that scene with Dany from Game of Thrones. Although they chose, well, if you've seen the show, then you know what they chose.
If you swear fealty now only to later turn your cloaks,
Know that you will die, screaming.
Wow. The side by side. Oh. 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 That cannot be good. She just dropped it on the ground. Oh no. Oh no. And now he's here, eh? Man, kind of looks like a dragon. Little baby dragon. She's doing this herself too. Our guy Joffrey. Oh man, both of them mourning in their own way. Yeah.
I mean no harm, brothers.
It's Eric. Which one is it? That was quite a heavy scene, man. Oh, he stole the crown.
I swear to ward the Queen with all my strength and give my blood for hers. I shall take no wife.
Yeah.
Hold no lands. Father no children.
Ah, there are no children.
Obey her commands. Ride at her side and defend her name and honor.
I love this. And I love that even more. Damon, eh? Just like he put the crown on Vizzy's head. Oh, this episode can fuck off, man. Rhaenys does not bend the knee. Oh, those guards didn't either. I'm just like, her father dead, throne taken, her child gone. Whoa, that is so cool. That is so cool. Wow.
Queen of the Andals and Rhaenyra and the First Men, Lady of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of...
Lady of the Second Kingdom.
Your Grace.
Oh, it's funny.
Wine, my queen. Thank you, Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra, just like she used to. Now people are gonna do it for you, Rhaenyra. How the times have changed. My goodness, this table is good, man.
I've sent word to my loyal men in the City Watch. I'll have some support there, but I cannot speak to the number.
With Prince Daemon's acquiescence, I've already sent ravens to Lord Grover.
Uh-oh. Is that gonna sit well with her?
And that we will support him should it come to war.
I'm going to treat with him myself.
What of Storm's End and Winterfell?
Ooh. Looks like she doesn't like that.
And with House Stark,
that is true.
Lord Boros Baratheon will need to be reminded of his father's promises.
We are very honorable. Or so we say.
For the sea snake's return to good health. There's no port on the narrow sea would dare to make an enemy of the Velaryon fleet. And our enemies.
We have no friends among the Lannisters.
Naturally.
Your cause owns a power that has not been seen in this world since the days of old Valyria.
Dragons. There it is.
The Greens have dragons.
They have three adults. We have Cyrax, Caraxes, and Meleys. Your sons have Virmax, Arax, and Tyraxes. Kayla has Moondancer.
Daemon, none of our dragons have been...
There are also unclaimed dragons. Sea Smoke still resides on Driftmark.
7 is more than 3.
Still riderless. Then there are the 3 wild dragons.
Hey, come on. She doesn't have one, right?
Has 13 to their 4. I also have a squad rating in the Dragon Mount.
3, right? 3 eggs? Or how many eggs is it? 2.
3-headed green dragon.
Alert the watchtowers. Sight the skies.
I think there might be a little bit of a trouble amongst the ranks thing going on here with Damon and Rhaenyra. Or am I reading their looks poorly? By the way, these high towers can suck my, you know, green, 3-headed green dragon. Aw, shut up. Such wannabes, I swear.
Where is the princess?
There she is. A show of power. Something along these lines have happened before. With these people as well. Otto, Damon, and Rhaenyra. That was quite a long time ago. Walking right through them, just as she did before. Straight to Damon. Oh, I love it.
Acknowledge Aegon as king and swear obeisance before the Iron Throne. In exchange, His Grace will confirm your possession of Dragonstone.
She looks good in that crown, I swear.
Lucerys will be confirmed as the...
Better than any of the others.
I would rather feed my sons to the dragons than have them carry shields and cups. For your drunken usurper cunt king.
Arian sits the Iron Throne.
Yeah. He summed it up pretty well. Oh, Damon.
Stale oaths will not put you on the Iron Throne, Princess. The succession changed the day your father sired a son.
Ooh, the brothers face off.
Grand Maester.
Fuck is this?
Oh, Damon.
Queen Alicent has not forgotten the love you once had for each other.
It's that page.
Queen Alicent eagerly awaits your answer.
She can have her answer now, stuffed in her father's mouth along with his withered cock. Let's end this mama's fast. Sir Eric, bring me Lord Hightower so
He's too impatient. I bet a couple of them pooped themselves when the dragon went, "Arr!" That's exactly how it went. Don't you make fun of me.
I do not wish to rule over a kingdom of ash and bone.
Are you considering the High Tower's terms, Your Grace?
Speaking of Danny.
And he chose me as his successor. To defend the realm, not cast it headlong into war.
Well, the enemy have declared war. What are you going to do about it?
That's true. The enemy has. Look from Rhaenys.
Does the promise of war excite you?
You cannot bend the knee to the High Towers.
Yeah.
A song of ice and fire.
What?
The coming war against the darkness in the north, the Conqueror's dream. Viserys shared it with me when he named me heir.
Uh-oh.
Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
He never told you. Does he?
Uh-oh. There's a tear in his eye. Right as he hears Viserys' name, he goes for her, eh? Interesting.
I've had men whipped for falling asleep on their watch. You are no man.
Forgot her name. Oh, come on, I forgot her name. The lady from Lord of the Rings. I am no man.
Your brother is also dead. To bury you and claim your seat. He stood before the king and denounced Laenor's sons as illegitimate.
Yeah.
Heedless ambition has always been a Velaryon weakness.
Well.
You are right, Rhaenys.
She was.
To be content with our grandchildren.
Jace, Luke, and Joff are claimants to the throne. Those boys will not be safe so long as Aegon is king.
Yep. Now that is true.
In our son's death.
Every man standing round the painted table urges her to plunge the realm into war. Rhaenyra is the only one who's demonstrated restraint.
That is true as well. She might have a little bit of our Vizzy in her.
Lord Corlys Velaryon and his wife, the Princess
I like the smile on Luce's face. He admires Corlys quite a lot, doesn't he?
I'm very sorry about your father, Princess. He was a good man.
Both Arryn and Baratheon share blood with my house, but all of them swore oaths to me.
As did House Hightower, if I remember.
As did you, Lord Corlys.
I like how they included Rhaenys in the shot there.
This Hightower treason cannot stand. You have the full support of our fleet and house, Your Grace.
That was to be expected, though.
You honor me, Lord Corlys. Princess Rhaenys.
A total blockade of the shipping lanes will be in place in days, if not already. The Triarchy have been routed. The narrow sea is ours.
Let's go. That's massive.
If we further seal the gullet, we can cut off all seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing.
King's Landing, yeah.
Take Maylis and patrol the gullet myself.
Yeah.
Force the Green surrender.
If we're to have enough swords to surround King's Landing, we must first secure the support of Winterfell, the Eyrie, and Storm's End.
Come on, Starks! You bastards!
Bear those mysteries.
I love the Starks, man.
Dragons can fly faster than ravens. And they're more convincing. Send us.
The Prince is right.
Send them to the Starks and Barats and them. They look kind of like them, too. I mean, just their hair is black, that's it.
To treat with Lord Cregan Stark for the support of the North. Lucerys will fly south to Storm's End and treat with
Baratheons, yeah.
And the cost of breaking them.
Lord of the Tides is pleased. That's good.
Lord Boros is an eternally proud man. You'll be honored to host a prince of the realm and his dragon.
He is so nervous.
I expect you will receive a very warm welcome.
Yes, Mother. Your Grace.
He's just a baby. I like his dragon. Luce's. It's like a little dragon. A weeny, teeny, weeny, little. It still crushed me, but just one finger, but you know. He's still little. Ooh, that scared the crap out of me. Ooh, right in its eye. So Daemon just got himself another dragon? Or what exactly was he doing there? Those are, he talked about the unclaimed dragons, right? Just claiming them? Whoa, that's Vhagar, yeah? It has to be. That thing is massive. So Aemon's here? Yes, he is. There he is. Yeah.
Son of Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Lord Boros.
It's amazing how this guy has remained this big, whereas the other one is like 80 now or something.
Where's the bloody maester?
I can't read. I'm an illiterate. I can't actually not read, or is that like a thing that And I mean like the maesters read, not the lords or whatever. Never know in this world, man.
Of my father's oath. King Aegon at least came with an offer.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
Wait!
What's gonna happen? Uh-oh.
I will not fight you.
Fight would be little challenge.
That is true.
I want you to put out your eye. It's payment for mine.
You got your dragon, didn't you?
Take Prince Lucerys back to his dragon. Now.
He's gonna follow him, though. Please keep him here. Aemond, I mean. Don't let him leave. Vhagar's gone. He's asleep. He's sleepy. Come on, get on the dragon and leave, bro. Is this good weather for flight? You might experience some turbulence. Wow. Some, yeah, sure. This is scary, man. Whoa. It's Vhagar? What was that noise? Was that this dragon? Oh, that thunder scared the crap out of me. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, look at the difference in the size. Oh, I just fucking knew it. Why did he let him go, man? Boris, I mean... Oh! Oh my goodness. Look at the size of that thing. Yeah. But once you get out of these terrain and it's plain, then you're gonna be in danger. Yeah, look at that thing. Oh my god. Wait. The dragon is just... Oh, the dragons, both of them are gone. They're just doing it on their own. They're both saying no. They're both saying serve me. Oh wow, what? The weather's clear. Whoa, he feels bad. Lucy is dead? I mean, the dragon's gone, but I think so is Lucy. Oh my god, I feel cold. She doesn't know? He's coming with the news? Oh, come on. Oh, and this damn music too. This is gonna... Oh, what an episode. What a finale. The war has definitely begun, that's for sure. A lot to talk about. First the finale, then the season overall. But before I do that, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode and pretty much all the episodes, to this show and other shows and movies as well, it's available on my Patreon, link in the description to my Patreon. Also, these videos go up early on my Patreon as well, and as a thank you from me to you, I will be giving away some merch for your continued support. So thank you so very much. Now then, just thinking about Rhaenyra in that moment, you know. I mean, I talked about this before as well, and now it just got way worse. Like, in this one episode, so she found out about her father. Now, her father didn't die in this episode, but this is the episode she found out about him dying. That's one loss. Ooh, that last one got me, man. So her father died. Then she loses her father basically. Then she loses the Iron Throne. Finds out about the treachery, and then she loses her baby. Then loses her other baby and a dragon. And how effortlessly Vhagar did that. Just gone, done. So I'm not entirely sure how this works. I say that because both Vhagar and Arrax in that moment were being told, no, serve me. And the expressions of both the boys, the strong and the weak, were such that they did not want to cause the other harm. Just maybe mess around with each other, just as they've always done. And speaking of just as they've always done, while they did not mean to cause any harm, they have in the end. It was Luce versus Amy, wasn't it? Amo before as well. And that's quite interesting. I'm not entirely sure how the bond works. I think it might be because I thought so they can feel your pain and they can then feel, I guess, your emotions as well. Because we saw that before with Daemon. When Daemon was getting attacked or hurt physically, could see the dragon, his dragon, react to it in sort of a similar way that Daemon did. And we also, in this episode, we saw Rhaenyra in agony and pain, and then the dragon at the same time. We got those side-by-side shots. How exactly, where does the bond end exactly? I mean, if they're that close that they can feel each other's pain, then how come these two dragons did not obey their riders who they're bonded with? I'm not entirely sure. But that was unbelievably scary when Lucy is just flying through the air and he's looking around and the weather's all kinds of fucked, and that's the least of his concern, the weather. I said there's gonna be some turbulence. Well, yeah, about that. So that's the end of Lucy, eh? And I really feel bad for Rhaenyra. Daemon's hell-bent on getting revenge, going to war, and Corlys, the Sea Snake, have joined Rhaenyra as well, officially. They do still, however, believe, though, that Rhaenyra had something to do with Laenor's disappearance, Laenor's death. Although we do know that it's just a disappearance, it's not a death. He is very much alive still. Will he make an appearance later on at some point? I hope so. Seemed like a good dude, just not fit for the Westerosi ways, I suppose, or the King's Landy ways. We barely got to see anything from the green side, which I presumed was going to happen because in the last episode we didn't see anything from the black side, I suppose. The Black Queen. If you know, you know. I love that table, by the way. That was such a cool looking table. I loved Eric, one of them, bringing the crown to the queen, and then Daemon putting the crown on the queen, similar to how he did with Viserys when he put the crown on Viserys' head. That was a pretty cool moment as well. And I liked how Lucy, the poor boy just lost his life to an unnecessary war, just another victim of, he really didn't want any of this, he didn't think he was worthy, he had a lot of doubts, he was scared, and he was sent to Storm's End. And little did he know, Daemon was already there. Now, they had, actually, the other side seems to be very prepared. It would seem that the other side is actually ready to offer terms. Even when Otto was there with Rhaenyra, he offered her terms. And I feel like Rhaenyra's side is lacking in that department a bit, in the diplomacy department. It seems like all she's going off of is, you once swore, or your father or whoever once swore allegiance, so now you have to as well. Reminded of the oaths and this and that. And as they mentioned, it was the Hightowers who pledged their support to Rhaenyra as well. They supported Rhaenyra when Viserys named her his heir. But things have changed. And yeah, she'll have to learn to be prepared for anything really and everything. And I feel like I kind of get the Dany vibes with her, because, think about what Dany went through the last few seasons. loss after loss after loss after loss after loss. And then it's that word. So she said, I don't want to rule over ash and bone. That's what Danny said too. And then what happened? I don't know what happened either, because that show just ended abruptly without a finale. Yeah, that's what we'll keep telling ourselves. Is that what they're trying to set up here? Are they setting up something mad? Who knows? It might be. I found that moment with Daemon and Rhaenyra quite a bit weird. First, the childbirth, Daemon just completely ignoring Rhaenyra, and even the others are like, dude, like, you are the father, She is also calling your name, And he's just like, what? I don't hear anything. What? See no evil, hear no evil. This guy's a weirdo, man. Daemon, he really is. Then him choking her later on. As soon as he hears Viserys' name and also about the prophecy, which he does not know, by the way. It's another thing. I thought it was from heir to heir. It wasn't all the, princes and princesses. And I think that's what it is, because if it was all, then Daemon should know, but it is only heirs. I think that's why Daemon does not know, but Rhaenyra does. A Song of Ice and Fire, that is. And you also do see a tear in his eye in that moment as well. He's such a complex man. All of them are so complex, the characters, and it's such a great show. It's just such a great world. This is why I love the Game of Thrones, and now this as well. The world of Westeros, A Song of Ice and Fire, basically, is because the characters are so complex. They're not black or green. There's a lot of gray, do you know what I mean? I also liked how they were talking about Harrenhal. They were showing it on the map as well. And just that scene with Tywin and Arya came to mind, And they're talking about how Harrenhal was built to defend against any attack from the lands, from ground attacks. But an attack from the air, yeah, it's a whole nother story. Yeah, man, this was such a great finale. Really, really excited to see where they'll take it next. This whole season was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was brutal. It was very well written. The dialogue was stupendous. It was so good. There were obviously moments here and there where you were like, So it wasn't like a perfect season. I've talked about some of them in this one and some of them in the previous episodes as well. In this one, not this one, but the previous episode actually. The Rhaenys' moment there at the end, it didn't make much sense, but whatever, I guess. It was a cool moment, so I guess we'll forgive that. So it's by no means, I'm not saying it's a perfect season. It's by no means a perfect season, but it is quite near a perfect one, and it was so entertaining, it was so well written, it was so well directed. It was everything Game of Thrones was and more. It was so good, man. I was so excited for this, and the way Game of Thrones ended, at least for me, I was very disappointed, and I really was looking forward to this one. Like how I was scared that I'm going to be disappointed by this show as well. Obviously, this is just season one. Season one of Game of Thrones is pretty damn good as well, so who knows which way this is gonna go, but I'm hopeful they will not repeat those mistakes. George R. R. Martin, from what I can tell, is working a lot closer with these showrunners than he was on the Game of Thrones show. So I presume they will not have such a blunder, but so far whatever I've seen, they're doing great. They are doing really well. And also another advantage this show has is based on a book which is complete, whereas a Game of Thrones is based on a series of books which was not complete, and it's still not complete. Not even it's not even close to completion. So there are, I think, 2 or 3 more books, and I think 2 more books, and the second last one, which has the book that was promised to be released like 10 years ago, still hasn't been released. So I don't know what's going on there, but this show will not run into that problem of running out of source material, basically, because it's finished, or at least I think it is. I haven't read the book, by the way, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is finished. Yeah, I love the characters, man. They're, like I mentioned so many times in this season, they're so complex. They're not black and green. There's so much gray there, Character of Daemon, he's a bastard, isn't he? He's such a horrible character if you think about it, but at the same time he's kind of sweet as well. He cares about his brother, but he also hates his brother. He cares about Rhaenyra, but he also marries her, and she is his niece, which is like, you know what I mean? He chops Vaemon's head off, which we go, yeah, because, you know, we don't like Vaemon and what he's doing and what he's saying. But at the same time, I think he didn't just do it because he said something that was forbidden. I think he did it because he's just a mad bastard is what he is, and he just wanted to do it. Do you know what I mean? Just waiting for an excuse. I'm choking Rhaenyra there. That's another example of how mad he is. Let's not forget, he did kill his wife also for no damn reason. I mean, I'm sure he had his reasons, but I mean for no good legitimate reason, you know what I mean? From all we could tell, she had done no wrong to him, you know? The comments he made about his dead nephew. So the guy is in no means a good guy, you know? He's a very complex character. He's got a lot of good in his heart, but he's also very dangerous and he's got malice and is behind his actions as well. Now Viserys, again, another very complex character. When we first meet him, we don't see him as the guy we see him at the end, right? So we see him as someone who just wants an heir, a male heir, a boy, and he'll put his wife's life on the line to get that heir as well. And he does that, and he's like, they're gonna get the babe out, and they do, but it's a tough choice to make. He makes it, and it's one that backfires majorly, and that's where it all starts. You know, Emma dying is what starts it all. Then Otto pushes Alicent onto the king, and the Hightower's ambitions have some sort of hope after that moment. All so well planned, all so well thought out. And then, like I said, Vizzy, we get to know him. We get to learn that he's really a peace-loving man. He's a dreamer. He is someone who is keeping the peace, and it really is him, because the moment he dies is the moment this war begins. And it was Vizzy, our guy Vizzy, our grandsire Vizzy, who was keeping it all together. And now Rhaenyra is trying to do that, although I think Ally's trying to do that as well on the other side. Ally is not trying to murder anyone, unlike Otto, who has other plans. And, well, speaking of murder, well, I think it's done now. There's no looking back at this point, because Lucy is gone, and it's done by Aemond. Whatever Rhaenyra thought she was going to do, I think that plan is out the window. The peaceful plan is out the will. She did say she will not be the one to strike first, and they have definitely struck first. So yeah, it's open season, boys and girls. The season has also showed sort of the importance of marriages and relationships in this world and what they mean. It's just a political arrangement, it would seem, to some or to most at least, and most of their decisions are based on what's best for the realm and what's best for everyone, rather than what I want or what you want or what they want. You know what I mean? It's what everybody wants, and that's what you have to do. And if you do something that everybody doesn't want to do, then it's a problem. We've seen that with Rhaenyra, we've seen that with Daemon, we've seen that with Laenor, and so on and so forth, and duty and honor and so on and so forth. That's what the Greens are using against the Blacks, and it's quite interesting, man. The places it takes you. These shows, the people that you root for, like Daemon, I rooted for him for many different moments. Many others have as well, and it's weird. It's kind of like if you've seen the show Breaking Bad, which if you haven't, what are you doing? Go ahead and see it. I've got a reaction to it as well. It's kind of like that, you know what I mean? Like at different points, you're rooting for and against the same character, and those characters are horrendous people. Like Heisenberg, for instance. So speaking of Breaking Bad and Heisenberg, like I mentioned already, Rhaenyra lost her father, the kingdom, her child, her other child, pretty much everything. All like one right after another. Do you think this is her Breaking Bad moment? Or Breaking Mad, I should say. Is this episode, is this where she becomes Rhaenyrenberg? If you know, you know. I think it might be, I don't know. I think they were baiting it a bit too much, speaking of Ash and Bones and, you know, the losses after losses after losses as well. Her not wanting war, so on and so forth. I think it might be alluding to that. And the difference between the dragon sizes. I mean, I know I made I know I said, you know, Lucy's dragon is a whittle one, and he was a whittle dragon, but the difference in size was massive. I mean, so much so that it just took took one bite for Vhagar to obliterate everything. It was gone, like it was just gone, vanished, you know what I mean, into small little pieces. Speaking of big dragons, Daemon got one. It looked pretty big at least. But then again, we didn't really have like a reference, you know, point of reference. It was just Daemon. Daemon is not that big. So, or at least not in terms of dragons. But yeah, it is clear Daemon does not want peace, neither does Otto. Otto had been planning all along behind Alicent's back, and Daemon was plotting as well behind Rhaenyra's back, even though Rhaenyra says there is nothing, you can't do anything. Jacaerys says it to them. Jaycee's like, nope, you can't do anything without the permission of our queen, and they still do it. So Daemon and Otto are kind of similar in that sense, and then Rhaenyra and Alicent are kind of similar in that sense that they both don't want war. They both want to do it peacefully. They both definitely does not want to kill each other's families. But yeah, I don't think they have a choice. Definitely not now. I don't think they have any choice whatsoever now, and I don't think Alicent's going to be happy to hear about the death of Lucy either. But yeah, do let me know your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen in season 2? What are your thoughts so far in the season? I loved it, every second of it. I cannot wait for season 2. I'm so excited for it, and I hope I'll see you guys when that season 2 comes out as well. Until then, have a nice